Have you ever wanted to start a YouTube gaming channel but you just don't know how? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome everybody! Today I'm going to be giving you some advice on how to start up a gaming channel on YouTube. Now first off, I think it's important I get out of the way why you should take advice from me. First off, I'd like to also mention that this isn't a massive tutorial on how you get massive on YouTube, how you gain 1 million subscribers in under a day. That isn't what this is. This is quite simply how to start it. Advice for equipment, advice for how to start your channel, like name and what you should really do your channel about. Obviously that really does depend on you, but it's kind of information like that. So obviously, as you can tell by watching this, I actually have started my own channel, and my channel is more gaming than tutorial, but this gets asked quite a lot, especially in my streams. So I think it'd just be easy to just make a video about it, just how to start, advice for starting, stuff like, as I said, equipment and notes and things I've really learned from starting, so it kind of helps you to avoid some of the things that I kind of had to work at and then realise, oh no, I'm doing it wrong. So first off, we're going to start with equipment. First, you're going to need to capture your gameplay. So this could be with a capture card for your console, such as an Elgato or a PARG, or if you're on PC, you use capture software such as Fraps or Nvidia Share. Next, you're going to want to think about microphones, and there's lots of different microphones. You can check some out on Amazon, but one I do recommend is the Blue Snowball. It's the one I'm using right now. I've also got a pop filter on it which helps to stop the P's and other sounds like that from popping in the mic. You'd learn more about that as you actually kind of make videos if you don't already know what it is. But yeah, basically you kind of want a good microphone because quality today in YouTube is a lot different to when it was a few years ago. A lot of people today have crisp HD audio, and therefore you're going to be competing against them. So you're also going to want good audio yourself. However, though, you're also not going to want to spend so much money just in case obviously you don't enjoy doing YouTube. You don't want to end up buying a $100 mic and then end up finding out you don't actually enjoy doing it. Next up, something I don't personally do, but I know a lot of people like the idea of, and that's a webcam for stuff like face cams or whatever you'd really want to use it for. And there are some good webcams. You've got like Logitech. Obviously, you can just use standard like Skype webcams. They're not great. They're very kind of laggy. They've got low FPS on recordings and not very high quality. But when you're starting out, it's not too bad. And obviously, you don't want to spend too much when you're starting out because, to be fair, you don't really know until you start doing YouTube whether you're going to enjoy it. So you don't want to spend a lot of money on equipment, then realise you don't enjoy doing it. So that's hardware out the way. Now we need to talk about software, and software such as editing suites. Now in an editing suite there's lots of things you can do. It's really where you make your videos, where you put your video clips in, where you put any music clips or any sound clips in, any voice you may have recorded, any webcams you can then obviously overlay on the top, any graphics you want to put in, anything like that, any color correction, any sounds, any effects, any fades, any dissolves, any effects like that you want to put in. You can put in your editing software, and there's a few good softwares. I personally use Premiere Pro, but there is also Sony Vegas. You also have Final Cut Pro. You could use Movie Maker to start off with. Now that you really are limited, you can just put in clips and some sound, maybe some audio if you're lucky. But there is a free one called Lightworks, which is quite good, and it's kind of similar to Premiere Pro. It does lack a lot of the depth that Premiere Pro has, but it's very good. It's very versatile. You can add in a few different types of clips. You can add in special effects. You can do color correction. So it'd be really good if you're just starting. However, you might want to also do some audio editing or audio software you might require. And a good example of this is Adobe Audition, but also Audacity. Audacity is what I'm using to record the audio right now. You can do some basic effects, but then you can also do some quite complex effects in some ways. But you can also chop, edit, you can basically look at the waveforms of audio, you can record it. As I said, you can really just chop and change, you can export it as an MP3 file, as a WAV, as whatever you really want. It's very good, very versatile, and the best thing about Audacity is it's free to use. Now this isn't exactly software, but you might want to use copyright-free music in your videos, and copyright-free music is wonderful because it allows you to actually put music in your video, so it enhances the video, but it avoids all the legal issues of actually using copyrighted music, getting demonetized, having flags, potentially risking a copyright strike. And there's plenty of good places you can get this from. Incompetech by Kevin MacLeod, there's loads of music on there. NCS YouTube channel on YouTube, it's non-copyright sounds. As long as you're sure to credit the artist of the song and then leave a link to their website or their social media links, you're all good to use it, and it's really a way that just improves the video. Now finally, you're going to need something to make your thumbnails in, because thumbnails is exactly what the viewer will see before, and probably the reason why they will click your video. And you need something good, you need something that can actually do the job, and Photoshop is what I use. It's very powerful, it's very manipulative, you can change photos, you can do text, you can do different text effects, different text layers. It's really, really good. However, though, if you don't have the money or you don't want to spend the money on Photoshop, there is a program called GIMP, which stands for Graphical Image Manipulation Program, and it's basically it's not Photoshop, but it's still very good and it's free, and you can create pretty decent thumbnails. I used it for quite a while before I got Photoshop, and I'm telling you, if you're starting a channel, I would check out GIMP and give it a go first. Now for the next half of the video, I'm going to be giving you advice on how to start your channel. So the first thing you want to get is a good name that represents your channel. Now you don't want it to be too long, because if a name is too long, it becomes difficult to remember, and also it can just become confusing. It's more like the title of the video than actually a channel name. A channel name should be relatively short and easy to remember. Now the name of TheBlockRoom is quite good at this, because it's, you know, 3 simple words. Although it's a little bit longer, it is, as I said, 3 simple words. That's all you got to remember, TheBlockRoom. It's not room, blocky, the horse, space, 9318X alpha. Because nobody's going to really remember that. It's too long, it's too convoluted, nobody's going to really think, oh, I'm going to go watch 23915 alpha's videos today. It's just not going to work. You also as well want it to be relevant to your channel. This is something I didn't do, and it's really annoying because now whenever I tell people about my channel, or whenever people first see my channel name, they instantly just assume that I'm a Minecraft YouTuber because I got the word block in my name. I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber, I just make little videos and games and that kind of stuff. So that could be something that I could have improved on. That's something you definitely want to do, is make it relevant. I also would try to avoid using HD in your name in this day and age. It was quite a big thing a few years ago. People used to put HD in their name and it'd be like, wow. But now every day, the HD video is just a norm, so there's nothing really special. 4K could work, I don't know. But also as well, you want to keep it simple. That's the main thing. Simple and not too long. Next up, you're going to need something called a USP, a unique selling point. Now the point of this is you have to be doing something relatively unique, or you have to have some kind of edge to your channel that gives you some kind of specific thing that people are looking for. Anybody can go on and record a gameplay, but what's going to be your special thing? Is it going to be you, your personality, you as a host? Is that what people are going to subscribe for? Are you going to subscribe for a certain series, a certain way you make your videos, a certain type of videos you create, a certain type of game you play? A little bit of a recommendation, I would try not to specify your channel around one game. Personally, I know it's more of a personal thing, but it's kind of a bit iffy. Then when that game eventually does start to dwindle down and die, it's going to be a bit awkward, presuming you've built your whole channel around that specific thing. Something like Call of Duty is a bit generic these days, but it kind of works because you know Call of Duty is going to be surviving for a relatively long time now. But you want a unique selling point, something that's unique about your channel. You can also structure your name around this, and that would help brand your channel even more. So now you're going to want to make some channel art, or get some channel art made for you if you're not very good at it yourself. Or you just do what I do and just learn the hard way and just make it over time. But the point is that you need some good channel art, and the point of a channel art is it's almost like a walking billboard for your channel. If you have a good picture and a solid background and channel art, and your channel actually looks professional from a visual standpoint, it's going to make people want to check out your channel. It's going to make people want to think, oh, this looks actually quite professional, this looks quite interesting, I want to go check it out. As well as if your name actually speaks of what your channel is, it'll help you find or get those people who are interested in that type of content into your channel, and the actual channel branding itself will just kind of show, I'm professional, I'm serious about this, come to my channel, and they'll see it and they'll think, wow, that looks high quality, I want to go check that out. So it's important you get good channel art. Now it isn't too much of an issue first things. Sometimes, you know, when you're first making a channel, you may not be very good at it, especially if you haven't really done anything graphically before. So make something relatively basic. I just really recommend not keeping the original YouTube channel art, because it really looks generic, it looks bland, you're not going to stand out at all. If someone sees it in the comments, chances are they're going to look at it and they're just going to think you're just someone without a channel, or you're just a generalized viewer, not someone who's actually a content creator and could potentially be someone interesting and worth watching. Now next you might want to come up with some channel keywords, and the way you set channel keywords is by clicking on the image in the top right, your logo, going to Creator Studios, going to channel, and then going under advanced, and then you see a little text box for channel keywords. Now you type these in, and basically what keywords are, for those of you who don't know, is basically little words that get picked up when someone searches. So if I search for how to make a cake, then if someone's got the keywords how to make a cake, how to make cake, and that kind of stuff, it then picks it up and it then realizes, oh, that's relevant to what they want, I'll put that up there, and then that's the search thing they get. Well, you can do this with your channel. You can have channel keywords. Obviously, you want to set them to something that's relevant. Any games you might be playing at the time, any games your channel revolves around would be very useful in there, so when people type them in. Although they can be quite competitive, meaning that bigger channels that already have a lot more traffic get put up further. You also might want certain terms that you use in your channel. Your USP, the name of your channel, is very important. And any types of content you do. So if you do gaming videos, if you do vlogs, if you do films. Obviously this is more gaming channels, so you put something like gaming, funny gaming content, comedy gaming, horror gaming, whatever you want to do. And basically you set these and then they'll help people find your channel. So finally, I just wanted to add a few bits of advice, a few pointers, a few bits of knowledge and experience I've gained from doing this so far. First off, I'd just like to say it's very difficult, okay, to gain traction, to start your channel. And not only that, to just grow in general, it's very difficult because it's not really something you exactly have control of yourself. You don't have control of how you're going to grow your channel. You don't exactly have control of what's going to happen to your channel. But you do have, however, some control over what content you put out, who you aim your channel towards. So it's going to be quite difficult, especially at the beginning. But if you just keep going and keep uploading content, and you enjoy it as well, that's very important. I mean, do what you want, but if you do it for the money, honestly, there's probably easier ways to do that, to get money than this. This is very difficult to do it, but it is possible, obviously. I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't possible. I personally haven't quite done it yet, but still, you know, it's possible. But the point is, if you enjoy it, you'll not only spend longer making your content, you'll not only upload more regularly, but you'll just generally have more fun in the videos. And that really does come off to a viewer that watches a video and sees that you're enjoying the game, sees that you're enjoying making videos, sees that you're enjoying your channel. They'll also start to enjoy your channel, enjoy your videos. And, you know, they might even then be motivated then to start playing the games you're playing, which is actually quite a good sign, because that means that then they do like you as a YouTuber, because they want to play the games you're playing to not be like you in a sense, but, you know, because they kind of saw that and they're a bit inspired. They're like, oh, I want to play that game now. You know, it's really quite a good point, in a way, a pointer, like a good target. When that kind of starts happening, you know, you're getting some fans along. I say fans, we're just going to stick with that word for now. But yeah, it takes time, and there's also a little, this is something I've noticed myself, there's kind of a little bit of a relationship between how subs work. It's quite difficult to get your first 100 subs, but once you've got that 100, to then get from 100 to 500 is then easier than what it is really to get from 0 to 100. And I found this, and then obviously it's difficult then to get to 1,000, but then after you got 1,000 it's easy to then get to 2,000. You know, it's not easy. You're not going to do it in a day when it took you like a few months to get 1,000 subs. But that's the point. The point is that eventually, as the ball gets rolling, it starts to become easier, and it doesn't become easier, but it becomes quicker. You know, it starts to come more naturally. Also, as well, just making videos, you'll get used to it eventually, and eventually you'll just kind of get in the habit of making videos. Especially if you enjoy it, you'll find it easy to get in the habit. As well, with the subs kind of thing, it kind of works because obviously you have views, and obviously the things that get more views tend to be promoted more, tend to be pushed up the search rankings more. So obviously these bigger channels that have millions of subscribers and get millions of views a month, they also get pushed up really high. Obviously you're going to have to compete against them in a way, but obviously once you start to get more views, more subscribers, you stay active, as the YouTube algorithm works, it'll then start to put you above other channels, lower channels. And then as you kind of then start to build that, then obviously you get more promoted, you get more exposure. It then becomes easy to then make a subscriber. Like, you'll be able to maybe get a subscriber each hour rather than each year or something. You know, compared to if you didn't upload anything, or you really uploaded like one video a month. And also, lastly, always ask for feedback when you can. I often do this a lot, and it's very useful because you can actually tell what your viewers want to see, how you can improve. Because sometimes just looking at a video yourself that you've made, you can look at it and just think, wow, I really like that video. But you can actually ignore some of the anomalies in there, whether, you know, some of the editing's a bit off, whether like some of your speaking's a bit monotone and a bit like drag and just like, oh, you know, it kind of drags on and the viewers don't enjoy it. Try and get feedback and then try and improve as well. Also interact with your audience, that's a big thing. Generally reply to comments, reply to messages, you know, talk to them, let them join your game as well, especially if you're live. Talk to them in the chat. Seriously, it's something I don't see a lot of people actually, but they kind of do it now, but when I started streaming, not a lot of people did that. They tend to be doing it a little bit more now. I always talk to the people in the chat. Actually, to be fair, I kind of end up talking to the chat sometimes more than I play the game. So that's a thing. But yeah, that's been some advice on how to start a YouTube channel or a gaming YouTube channel. If you did enjoy, be sure to go check out my channel. Although I don't usually do tutorials like this, as I said, it was requested quite a lot and it has been requested throughout time quite a lot. So I thought, you know what, I'd do one. I'd help. I'd give away some of my experience and some of my knowledge I've gained over doing this. As I say, I'm nowhere near like a massive channel, but obviously I've had to start a channel. I've had to go from zero and start to build that up. So hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, like the video. If not, let me know where I can improve. Some feedback. Hint there. Good tip. Anyway, thank you for watching and cheerio.